Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. In the mix. Today we talking about wealthy Oreo Oprah being scared of HBO, At&T, and Sony. Let me do this real quick. Hold up. Sent. How I do, y'all? Welcome to live chat. Yeah, we in this bitch. So, want to quickly address some things dealing with punk ass Oprah. So, we know that Oprah was the host of this Neverland farce, acting like they were, I don't know, I guess I want to say, like they had a scent or caught a trail of some new dirt behind the Michael Jackson fake ass made up charges that they found out to be fake and made up and false. Right? Dealing with some old pedo shit, some money hungry motherfuckers trying to get at his paper. And some interesting things came across my mental tree. You know what I mean? They say your brain look like a bunch of trees, like the way your neurons connect, the shit look like a bunch of trees. You know what I'm saying? I believe that shit. I've not seen the side of my brain, but I'm gonna think that it probably do look like some trees at the neuronic level, right? So let me start off by saying this, y'all. You know, this whole thing with Oprah putting her face out there to be the coon of the hour and slandering Michael Jackson's name, even though he is not even in the world of the living people no more, it made me look at a few things. You know, I want to bring up something real quick. You know, about last year, and then even before that a little bit, y'all remember this lady named Monique, right? This comedian named Monique, right? People was laughing at Monique when she was talking about she was being blackballed by the industry and being blackballed by Lee Daniels and by Oprah and shit, right? Motherfuckers was laughing at her while she was saying, yo, I need to be getting this kind of money and this type of shit, right? And just in so many other ways, Black society has been warned about this punk motherfucker Oprah, right? You know what I mean? It'd be the little things that sometimes reminds you that, yo, this motherfucker's a snake motherfucker, right? And if you pay attention, you'll save yourself so much fucking heartache, so much disappointment. So with Oprah, I say the same damn thing. Like, you know, we're in a white supremacist society, and every little bit of just off code shit that we do, it can be exploited to the 10th power. You understand? This is how we kind of set up in this shit, right? And I think that's what the fuck happened in this case, in my opinion. That's why I think, well, I'll just say this. Why I think we're seeing Oprah on the stage spearheading this shit has a lot to do with that. And just the fact that, you know, we let her slip through the cracks to be the face and to exist long enough to be the face of some bullshit. You know what I mean? And Monique, in my opinion, I think she was the most recent warning we got about Oprah and Black society. She worked with her on that motherfucking god-awful Precious bullshit. And after the film, you know, she was telling the whole world, like, yo, Oprah, Lee Daniels, they didn't want to pay her properly to travel and promote it. And it was trying to snake her in some shit, right? And Lee Daniels was telling her, oh, you need to take what you get and just shut up. You know what I mean? That's what he was telling her. Like, yo, just take what you get and shut up. Real lay down in the middle of the road and get ran over type mentality that you would expect from a motherfucker, punk ass motherfucker like Lee Daniels. But y'all see, he shut the fuck up and was doing all kind of praying hands and all this type of shit when Dame Dash got in his face, right? I mean, not that I'm all Dame Dash, right? But, you know, Monique was like, yo, you know, y'all need to boycott Netflix, you know, trying to get motherfuckers to get on some kind of code. And niggas laughed at her, you know what I'm saying? Niggas laughed at her. We all saw this, right? We all seen this shit. And, you know, her argument was, look, I'm supposed to be getting something. I'm worth some amount, you know what I'm saying? And niggas was laughing like, nah, you worth what you got and all of this. It was that. Then going back to 2008, there was another instance. Oprah wanted to invite her to her show or some shit to do an expose on Monique's family. Like her brother was you know, he was a molester. He molested her when she was a little girl. And Oprah scheduled the brother to come to the show to be there. But the day of the taping, Oprah, like, she pulled a okie doke. She, like, invited her mama, her daddy, a bunch of other family members that Monique didn't outright approve. Some people that Monique wasn't even all the way cool with was how this shit went, right? And she was already having issues with her mom and shit because she was, like, on some deny that the motherfucker is a fucking molester type shit, trying to coddle him type shit. And the thing was, Oprah was acting like she ain't know all of the guests was gonna be there and whatever. And Monique, I would say she was the person that gave us this modern day wake up call, is my point, to who the fuck Oprah was and who she really is out here fucking with in the world. You know what I'm saying? Not like we didn't know, you know what I'm saying? You know, like over time, you know, you saw what she was on. I was about 4 or 5 years old when her shit first dropped, her little talk show and shit. So I was a little kid. I wasn't alive when she did the whole fuck was this shit? What's the name of this motherfucking shit? People are talking. The people are talking shit. I wasn't alive when she did that. People are talking shit out in Baltimore and shit. But, you know, I catch myself watching old TV sometimes, you know what I mean? And she had one dude call into her show back in the day. And he fronted her out talking about, like, you know, I seen how you know what I mean? I seen how you are sometimes. I see how you act. I know that you ain't working for the betterment of your people, like calling her out. Because, like, during this time in the 80s, like, it was a clear line. You black, you white, and motherfuckers, you know, we kind of had our language around the shit, like, yeah, motherfucker, it's like this, motherfucker, you black and you ain't fucking with black and you ain't fucking with white people and you ain't fucking, we kind of see the lines, the dividing lines is clear. Motherfuckers, it was just the way motherfuckers got down, the way motherfuckers move, right? Some white dude called in with an attitude, like, to her show, like, bitch, you know what I'm saying, you don't fuck with black people. Basically fronted the bitch out, right? And, you know, she gave a response that was typical of a burgeoning coon type bitch, right? Who got called to the carpet by white daddy for being a traitor to the black race, basically. And you know, when coons get called out for being race traitors by white people, it's some strange ass shit to see, you know what I mean? It really fucks with them. Her response was, oh, you don't know me, you don't know what I do or some shit, this and that, right? Not, I fucks with black people, like, I fuck with my people like this, and you know, you can see me around the way on some shit like this, and da-da-da, doing this and this for black people, right? No, that wasn't her response. Because he caught her in the motherfucking truth about what the fuck she really on. That she's a do-nothing celebrity. She been a do-nothing celebrity for black people. And as far as black forward progress is concerned, and she was starting out to be one of those black do-nothing celebrities right around that time, right? And she couldn't readily speak up on a resume that she didn't have. But that said, you know, white people, they don't got no respect for black race traders and coon type motherfuckers. They only use them as far as they can use them on their white supremacist missions, as far as that shit can get accomplished. And then they start counting them down to the pink slip date, is what I want to get at. And white society, they don't forget those little codified interactions with the white masses, and that the white masses have with their high profile Negroes. You understand? When old dude put her on the spot, she looked like she saw a ghost, is my point. Like, she probably knew at that moment, yo, from this moment on, I gotta double down on pleasing white society. And I feel like she felt she had to overcoon it at this point. Because one thing that white people got a thing for, when they call out black people that are on some coon shit and call out black race traders, that shit puts a big fucking X on your black ass back. Like, yo, this is one of the weak Negroes. You know what I'm saying? And they get this attitude of like, now we know we can use your black ass for what we want to do for a season, but we can never, ever trust your black ass. You know what I'm saying? We never can trust them all the way, is the kind of the attitude that white society has dealing with a sellout race trader ass motherfucker, right? I'm saying, like, can you check her old shows, man? All of her audiences be full of white people, man. Since back in the day, her audiences was full of white people, man. Only now, well, like in the 90s, you will see maybe a few sprinkles of black people on her show, right? But white people is who she fuck with. That's who she was marketed to, is my point. Hold on, man. Let me check my, okay, nobody in the chat yet. It's all good. You know, y'all out there having y'all springing, breaking, and breaking and springing. Do that. Do that. But, so I'm saying by that, and with that in place, she had to double down on her white ass kissing techniques after that point. And it was a big show. She had some racist skinhead motherfucker on this particular episode, calling her all sorts of monkeys and everything. So it's a popular episode if y'all want to, you know, dig it up, to where the whole world just kind of saw her cooning get called out, her race trader label getting established, or at least being identified by a white male. White males are the ones who set all the dog whistles in play for white supremacist society in this white supremacist regime that we live in and that we're dealing with. The white male kind of signals how to move on a particular Negro after a white daddy has made his appraisal. You know what I mean? And white daddy's word is what gets signaled throughout the community of whiteness. No matter what, if he was a broke motherfucking white dude calling in, like I'm sure this dude was, I'm sure he, you know what I'm saying, compared to Oprah, or he probably a rich white motherfucker. We don't know. But no matter if a Negro like Oprah rebuffs the shit like she did when he called her out and kind of just brushed it off, white society was listening to that. That was a sign of the dude kind of christening her as, this is the Negro we should expect to start tap dancing to overplease white society real motherfucking soon. You know what I mean? And, you know, like I said, at this time, she had an audience full of white people. So Oprah would have all white audiences. So the nigger getting fronted out by white masculinity in front of white people, that's like the slave maid getting banished to the kitchen until she's fit to serve dinner at the master's table. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate admonishment for a coon ass motherfucker like Oprah, a coon ass nigga like Oprah that want to be liked by white society and stay within reach of the opportunities that white society gives. You understand? So let's fast forward to the 90s. I mean, in the 90s, she hopped on the Black Ain't Shit TV shit, as I call it on this channel. We call it Black Ain't Shit TV, particularly black men, and any image of black male fuckery she could shed light on and get her core audience to wallow in, she would make a display of it. Motherfucker, she brought on Terry McMillan. I remember that shit. She brought on Terry McMillan and her husband or her boyfriend or whatever the fuck. I guess it was her husband. Might have been. Whatever. This motherfucker was gay. And he was on the show and he basically came out and said he was gay. And they had an argument on the show, right? And that was a fucked up look for black men, right? She had a lot of shows like, oh, black women, black men be all gay all the time type shit. Like, we know that's another way to make us look fucked up, right? She's constantly on some black men are not to be trusted, they sneaky type shit, right? It's that type of shit, right? She for sure never had no real rappers on the show, right? I think she had a ban on rappers, probably. That was the rumor, like she had a ban on rappers on the show. I mean, never had a real rapper, not one really, that I can remember, except she had Eve on that bitch, but Eve ain't no, she ain't no real rapper, you know what I'm saying? And she had Queen Latifah on the show, but that don't count. I mean, Queen Latifah count more than motherfucking Eve as far as rap content is concerned. Eve definitely don't count. She just a cheerleader for the Rough Riders. I mean, I never saw her lyrics as anything that meant anything to anybody that I ever knew in my life. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's that. And the evil bad wench bitch anyway. So what the fuck? Oh, so that makes sense. That makes sense as to why she would have her on a damn show, right? A fucking bad wench. And, you know, and even in the 90s, like I said, you know, she kind of sprinkled in some black friendly guests. You know what I mean? Brought in a few black people like Bill Cosby, like Michael Jordan. I remember that interview when he brought his book on the show, that Rare Air book. Seeing that episode made my mama go get the book. She went and got that Rare Air book because she saw that shit on Oprah, right? But she still wasn't blacking it up enough still. I mean, she was picking safe Negroes. And in 2019, she walked around claiming to be a friend of the Jacksons, or claims to have been a friend of the Jacksons. But the truth is, in my estimation, is that she owed a debt to her core audience since the motherfucking 80s. White people. All right? And no matter how bad they talked about her, how they tried to shut her show down, since she said, yo, at that time she said she wasn't going to eat no more burgers no more. And you remember that? She went up against the meat farmers and all that shit. No matter none of that shit. She wants to stay in play with white society. She's getting up there in age. I think she's about damn near 70. And she's just taking it all in. She saw what her white fan base and her white counterparts and what white society was capable of doing with one of her quote unquote buddies that she ain't really ride for, Bill Cosby. Right? She saw what they did to Bill Cosby. If you got something that they want. In her case, it's money. That's all she really got in this world is some money. She don't got no man that really love her like her. She don't got no kids. I mean, her friends is a buster motherfuckers like Gail. Motherfuckers ain't no real no motherfuckers around her. You know what I'm saying? Come on. That's the only thing she got left to give is money. And with her show, you know what I'm saying? Her shit ain't like Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby's show was in syndication, and he got several shows in syndication. You know what I'm saying? Like several shows. He had different world popping. Bill Cosby shit. Ain't nobody buying no box sets of the damn Oprah show. You know what I'm saying? They buying box sets of the Bill Cosby show. You know what I'm saying? So she already struggling to hold on to what she has. And she knows white supremacist society will pull it on her. If she make one fucked up false ass move at this old age in her life, she about 70. Saying, you know, for a black person, you know, she's 60 something, 67, 65. So, you know, damn near 70 for black people, that's, you know, you get young-minded, young-moving kind of black people around that age anyway. But this, you know what I mean, I don't put her in that category, man. Whatever, man. But she want to hold on to what she got. And that shit with Bill Cosby traumatized her in a way, I think. I think that shit traumatized her to see somebody that she had on her show and she was all friendly with. I think she might, you know, not totally dislike Bill Cosby, but she don't know how to show it. She don't want to show it because she's scared of white people. She's scared of what they'll do to her money, is my point. This Michael Jackson hit piece, this was just her re-signing her covenant with white society. Well, white supremacist society, I should say, saying, don't take my old ass damn money. You understand? See, I'll tell you, no, I want y'all to look at the ways that white supremacist society has Oprah Humpty Dumpty looking ass all the way in check, with her lending her name, her face to this Leaving Neverland bullshit. Part of me says, you know, when I first got wind of the shit, I was like, you know, part of me says, okay, OWN is on this shit, okay, HBO, okay. OWN and HBO put this fake extravaganza shit on. So let me follow the dirt. And look what we find. Oprah's network, the OWN network, is majority owned by the Discovery Channel, right? I want y'all to kind of connect the dots with me and then strike through the dots when I say so. 70% owned by Discovery. You understand? Who has the majority say in what OWN network put out. That's very important. That means her pull over her own shit ain't amounting to nothing. You know what I'm saying? And to point out, you know, how such a hypocritical network Discovery is for standing behind OWN and putting out this phony baloney ass piece on Michael Jackson. Discovery Channel is the same motherfucking channel or the network that put on this show 19 Kids and Counting a few years ago with the Duggar family. Y'all remember that? And the family's oldest son, Josh Duggar, he sexually molested 5 of his sisters in the house. And that was on the show with him. You know what I mean? He's like a real life molester. And they say he was 15 at the time, but y'all see my point. What did they do? Oprah didn't host no show talking about, we gotta let Josh Duggar go, y'all. Right? What happened? They canceled the show to kind of let the stench die down from his molesting these girls. Let that shit die down. But did his family get thrown off TV and put out of syndication like they would do a black man? Nope. It's 2019, and he was in court just this past January talking about he think it's his right to molest his sisters because it's taking place in his house. He's still talking. He brought that shit back to court, and he's trying to defend it. Like nobody brought him up on no charges, no new shit. He just brought it to court one day and was like, look, I want to just say this and get this off my heart. So it's like, all right, that's a guilty motherfucker. I think he probably still kept on molesting them women, molesting them girls up into womanhood. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. And I know that sounds fucked up, but I believe that shit. I believe that shit. But that's white arrogance for your ass. You know what I mean? To just walk up in the court and be like, hey, this case that I just got off, that y'all didn't even bring to me like that. Hey, I want to say something. I want to spend money and go to court and talk and say something. Like, man, come on, man. No lawyer, just you talking. Like, all right, fool, all right. But what else, man? It's 2019. Still got their ass on TV. They got this new show called Counting On. Like 19 Kids and Counting, and now the new one is Counting On, right? And they got them and then like some other families in this bitch. And white media is just talking about how it's so anticipated to come back for another run. And it was just last month they was announcing this shit. I mean, all giddy. Last month. and laying it on and really humanizing him and laying it on thick, showing him with the wife and kids and shit, doing the photo ops and shit. Last month, where they had all this surviving R. Kelly, or that was a little before that, all this, Neverland shit, when that shit started frothing up, you know what I mean? And Discovery also had a show. What was the name of this shit? Called Sons of Guns, that they had to dump because having a real pedophile motherfucker as one of the stars on the show back in 2014, right? But like I said, it was surviving R. Kelly and take his money and throw shame on the Jackson family name. Y'all remember all that shit that was going on, right? But ain't that some shit, right? Oprah, she not finna go in on the people she collaborated with, Discovery, to make this hit piece on MJ. She not finna dare go in on Discovery fawning over these proven white pedophiles on their network over the legacy and the name of a man that was found innocent, Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, Oprah's loyalty is to whiteness. But follow my plot though, because the shit even get thicker than that. I want y'all to notice something. So Discovery, they have a joint venture with Sony. And they run a channel on what used to be DirecTV. It's now At&T, called the 3D channel. So we're looking at Sony, Discovery, Sony, and At&T. And IMAX is also involved with this 3D channel. So it's Sony, Discovery, At&T, and IMAX. But we're just going to look at Sony, Discovery, and At&T real quick, all right? So let's break that down, can we? At&T, in a joint venture with Sony and Discovery, running the channel on At&T signal called the 3D channel. It's like the channel where you can, put on your 3D glasses or put on your what's that shit? The big ass 3D joints where you can. Oh no, that's virtual reality shit. I guess it's like some 3D glasses type shit. It's the 3D motherfucking channel. So we're talking about Sony, we're talking about Discovery, we're talking about At&T. We know Sony. Michael Jackson owned 50% of the Sony catalog at one time before he passed. And we'll get to that in a bit. So just keep that mental note going. We also know that At&T, they own HBO. Who are the motherfuckers that put on the Leaving Neverland, Surviving Neverland bullshit shit? HBO. And they teamed up with OWN. That's Oprah's network. That's majority owned by Discovery. Who all got together to put out this piece on Michael Jackson. So that's Sony, that's At&T, that's HBO. So what we just witnessed, this Leaving Neverland shit, this was a long time partnership coming together. This is long time partners coming together to put out a hit piece. You understand? What did Mike do to Sony? What did Mike ever do to Sony? I don't know. We know he bought the publishing at one point in time. He bought their publishing, bought up half of the whole motherfucker, bought up half of their shit, and they might have still been salty about that. But what did Mike ever do to At&T, who owns HBO? His family is suing HBO for breach of an agreement, saying that they ain't supposed to be slandering Michael Jackson after he done died. Understand? Y'all with me? What did Mike ever do to Discovery and the Discovery Channel or IMAX? I don't know. I don't know about them entities yet. But we know this. Sony, Discovery, and At&T have been working together for their own business interests as a group since 2011, when they started the 3D channel on DirecTV, which is now AT&T. And then Mike died in 2010. So the very next year, they was like, okay, all these motherfuckers who have interest in the family. Maybe HBO didn't know they was going to slander him at the time. I don't know. But Sony was probably hot about the catalog and shit. They bought the catalog a little later, or bought it back off the family a little later. You understand? Just look at it. These people were already working together on a channel already. You know what I mean? What we're looking at is corporate conglomerate race plays being made on black individuals if they got money like that. I know y'all see that shit. I know y'all see that shit. So soak on that shit while I'm saying that. So let's get back to the dirt. Who's on Sony, you might ask? Well, people who are relevant to this conversation of Michael Jackson and his patently false allegations of pedophilia with kids, federally proven false in the story. Who was on Sony? Judas Priest. Motherfucking David Bowie, his catalog. He dead, but Rolling Stones, who motherfuckers made t-shirts bragging on their underage sex exploits, right? All these guys were admitted underage girl fucking pedos. Yet, the man who used to own half of the damn company, half of Sony's catalogs, he sold it for $750 million. He gets brought up in a hit piece about a case that was closed years before he died. The people said they lied on him to get a check. You know what I mean? One dude killed himself. What's his name? Jordan is his last name. He killed himself. He couldn't live with the fact that he lied on Michael Jackson, so he killed himself. And out trots fat ass Oprah, ignoring all the pedos at Sony to help cast aspersion on the man who had just sold half of Sony back to Sony out of his possession. Peep that out. Just peep that shit out straight up. What I believe this shit is someone at Sony is calling in a favor to Oprah, y'all. Saying, Oprah, be white daddy's attack dog. And go get us a nigga real quick. I mean, bring Michael Jackson down a peg so we can make some moves that we can't really tell your black ass about yet. You know what I'm saying? Some underhand shit, but it's some favor for a favor type shit. Now, I know some of y'all are saying, Oprah, Sony, them go together? Nah, it can't be. Nah. But look at this shit, y'all. Sony produces and distributes Dr. Oz. It's one of Oprah's shows. And in 2015, Oprah did an interview with Don Lemon regarding, y'all might remember Sony had this email hacking thing going on where somebody hacked into their emails of like some of their upper echelon motherfuckers. Amy Pascal, one of the top brass motherfuckers. Scott Rudin, one of the top brass motherfuckers. And they was getting on some anti-black racist ass banter against then President Barack Obama. Saying shit like, oh, Barack Obama, he wouldn't like, he probably like to watch movies that are more geared toward black people, like Tyler Perry movies or The Butler and Kevin Hart movies and all this shit. And The Butler was a movie that Oprah actually produced. That's why people brought it up to her in the media, like, yo, what do you think about this? You know? What does Oprah do? She runs to their defense saying, oh, it wasn't racial, it's just emails, right? Sony is Oprah's motherfucking friend. That's my point. And Sony, at this juncture, dealing with this sham-ass, fuck-ass hit piece, Sony was like, you black nigger bitch, throw Mike Jack under the bus so we can tie his family up in civil suits, so they don't just make off with this $100 million that they trying to put up against our buddies at HBO. The Jackson family is suing HBO for $100 million for being in breach of the contract of don't slander this man after he done died type shit. And they're like, yo, Oprah, co-sign the bullshit, Oprah, you big black bitch. Give it traction is what they trying to do. Or we gonna pull Dr. Oz, we gonna pull Dr. Phil. I mean, they probably threatened her some type of crazy ass way, right? So, you know, that's how it goes. They don't let black men's legacies just sit on the table, especially if it got money attached to it. They don't let this shit just sit on the table before they try to fuck it up in some way. And especially a man like Michael Jackson, who was loved all over the motherfucking world, still loved all over the world for his unequal contributions to R&B and pop music and dancing and all this shit. And they want to hate, and they want his money in death, just like they want Cosby's money from the jail cell while he in the jail, right? But you see, there's some shit that they got to set the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been fully set up yet. I mean, they just testing the waters to see what type of negative sensationalism people are willing to go for. And they just trying to, you know, play it up. The slander-mentary, it didn't get Sony or anybody that's attached to this shit, HBO, they didn't get any really ground to come in and just swoop in and take a big chunk of the Jackson family fortune like they wanted to. They already got half of Sony back, and they still have his catalog. It's still over there, just like his own personal work. It's still over there. But trust me, I think they're working on it. They're just trying to play up the civil suit that his family got going on, hoping that that will, you know, get some steam, I guess. It's a tricky picture because, like, no less than a couple of days ago, the news just came out that Sony had put in a bid to distribute 250 million of Michael Jackson's catalog, right? And they're saying that they think that the documentary might have hurt that deal, right? So think about this. This is a corporate machine where one part of the corporate machine holds some of Michael Jackson's assets, Sony. Another part of this corporate machine, this conglomerate, is getting sued by the Jacksons, HBO. And the way I put it together is that, like they're saying they think that the documentary hurt the valuation of this 250 million worth of Michael's own catalog shit that he got sitting up there at Sony still. And I think what they want to do is they want to try to mark that shit down some kind of way. I think they want to say the catalog is worth less. And yo, hey, Jackson family, if we mark this bitch down, we mark this shit down, you sue our partner HBO, while you suing our partner over there, they got to pay you this $100 million that they're gonna probably have to pay. Like, you just fucking slandered a man in death after a federal case has totally acquitted him. You're gonna have to pay. But they probably like, look, let's make a deal. You know what I'm saying? You know, if our partner, you know, you suing them, they got to pay you $100 million. But look, if you want this depreciating asset known as the Michael Jackson catalog, that bullshit, we can give it to you at a lower price. It's worth 250 million. We can give it to you at 100. We can give it to you at 150. You know what I'm saying? Let's say 150, throwing the extra 50 million for themselves on the funder on the. Oh, so here acting up. Let's throw in an extra 50 mil, you know what I'm saying, for the finder's fee side of the game. Let's try to finesse the family a little bit harder, you know what I mean? If you want this depreciating asset, you know what I'm saying, is what I'm looking at. And you know, we're putting in this work to, you know, get this catalog to some sort of value. You got our buddies here at HBO. We're trying to help them bounce back from this suit. You know what I mean? No harm, no foul. That's what I'm thinking they on, man. And of course, I think they lying. Ain't no catalog of Michael Jackson lost no damn worth because of no damn dud ass effort in recreating interest in a case that's already closed. Like, what? I think Sony's perspective is that the Jackson estate already sold 50% of his stake over there at Sony for 750 mil. You know what I'm saying? 750 mil. My message is over here. I see y'all. What up, y'all? What's the damn deal, y'all? Go over here. Leonard Yuda, what's happening, boy? Isis Azure, what's good, Miss Lady? Okay, they hiding people's comments. Let me do what I do. Let me hit it up. Just Glowing. What's going on, Just Glowing? 80 West Philly. Yeah. Which y'all, this message is hidden for review. No, Monique Negroes get paid less. Okay, so sound like that might be a little bit of trolleyism. Am I gonna have to manage you, Jim Hyden? Are you on that bull fuck, Jim Hyden? Let me know now so I can put your life down. Oprah school is a cover for pedophiles. Yeah, man. A bunch of shit going on with her school, man. That shit. That's a lot of shit going on there. People having all kind of pregnancies and shit going on. Some weird shit going on at her school, yo. Weird, crazy ass shit. Yeah. But yeah, you know, Sony like, man, 750 mil is back in our motherfucking pockets, basically. So with that 750 mil, the family sold off the Sony rights, the 50% share that Mike owned in this shit. If you do the math, if they can get the Jackson family to buy his namesake worth of shit that we talking about, like just the portfolio that they're lying and saying is depreciated for about 100, 150 mil, maybe 200 mil, you know what I'm saying? They basically got $1 billion out of the fucking family. Damn near 100% of the billion is going to be some appreciating value shit, right? Like all them rights and shit, all that shit is going to be appreciating in value. So they just probably quadruple, 7-fold, 9, 10, 12-folded they money, 12-folded they billions. Ain't no telling how much money that shit is worth, man. That 750 million is a piss in the bucket. That ain't worth shit for real when you look at it. And that's what I think Sony want. They want the family to just, hey, man, just go and give about 100 for this depreciating Jackson. Or matter of fact, when come sale time, we'll say it's 250. We'll say it's worth 250. And we have been done got about a good value up out your ass. We got $1 billion sitting on the table, and 750 million of it is in. We got $1 billion out of your family, and 750 million of it is in Sony assets, appreciating assets. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the nasty part about it. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, I say just watch for the next black billionaire who's on the hook to white supremacy to try to co-sign hit pieces like the Neverland bullshit. They might even come up with more Neverland type shit, right? But my thing is, you know, who can they run to now? Who can they run to now for real? Think about it. Oprah is the richest nigga that's free right now. Cosby in jail. Oprah the richest free nigga walking. I mean, they're not going to be able to find just some run-of-the-mill music industry Negroes to sell out some black mogul like Michael Jackson. Like, not nobody. That's Nobody they're gonna be able to find that's reputable anyway. Who could they get that has Oprah's kind of corporate ties and financial resources, that's well known enough to really add fuel to the whole negative sensationalism that's needed to bring another black mogul down type shit? You know what I mean? That's the real of the matter, all right? Who can make that kind of move at the behest of white supremacy and it go well, other than a motherfucker like Oprah? And she's an old woman. I mean, she's damn near 70. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't no other rich motherfuckers who got the low self-esteem enough and the low self-esteem with the black community enough, like her, who don't like black people just like as hard as she don't like black people, right? Who the fuck you know that got that type of money and is a visible face the motherfuckers know type shit? I'm saying, what artists can they pull to the side that's not a Michael Jackson fan that somebody is gonna respect? Ain't no more respectable black people that were close to Michael who they could convince to do this shit. Like I said, man, Bill Cosby, he in jail. He was their last real hope when you think about it. And they were so thirsty to get him that they basically kicked the leg out from underneath him to try to go at somebody like Mike. He was the only other option that could have worked. Their thirst to go get him, right, fucked them up with some other shit that they was really trying to get to on this other side, right? On this side of the game, like, all right, you fucked up with that shit. You know what I mean? But, you know, Cosby, what the fuck? He dealing with trying to keep his money safe and sound right now anyway. So that's the takeaway I want y'all to get from this. You know what I'm saying? You know, with black men, white supremacist society is looking for a couple things. If you really got means and you really got pull, I mean, they're looking for a way that they can lock your ass up, jail you first and foremost. And if they can't get you into prison, they want to outright rob you some way. You know what I mean? So I don't know how Sony is going to handle this. You know, I don't know how they're going to handle the devaluing of the Jackson catalog. I think it was a planned devaluation because HBO is getting sued and Sony and HBO, they partners in media, trying to cut their motherfucking losses while conducting the business of, like I said, this corporate sponsored white supremacist propaganda shit, right? This is what we're looking at. We're looking at corporate level slandering of single black men, individual black men that are moguls and empires. I'm saying it's taking whole corporations to come together to try to bring down black moguls. This the world we in. And, you know, as far as Oprah, you know, she represents the shook, scared black women out here. You know what I mean? That's who she is. Who is more interested. She's the type of motherfucker that's more interested in being desired to white people. I'm saying she don't want to piss off one white person. I mean, it could be a broke white person. If a broke white person don't like her, that'll just end her motherfucking life. You understand? Like, because look, like I said, in her opinion, she don't see black society as the people who even brought her to prominence anyway. She don't value our support. Like I'm saying, our support, she could take it or leave it. And that's the frequency she's been on for quite a while. I mean, as far as I can remember, as long as I can remember what the fuck she been going through, right? It's like, yeah, you that bitch. You don't like black people. You a weird bitch. And that shit is fucked up because, you know, we're in a society where all mechanisms are set up against us and we really need all hands on deck. And we already in a constant struggle to have to force the machinery here to be in our favor. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that goes back to my point about Monique and how we need to be on code when somebody black calling out bullshit. Anybody can see that without being on code, for us, it's an uphill battle. You know, when you're dealing with political machinery, economic machinery, I'm saying social machinery, where we're constantly having to reprogram the workings of this society and a white supremacist regime. So we can't afford to be off code and bullshitting and have our guard down and shit. The motherfuckers like an Oprah in the mix. Like I say, motherfuckers was laughing at Monique when she was trying to tell motherfuckers, yo, this bitch is out here on some scandalous shit right now. Motherfuckers was laughing at her. You understand? And that's what happened, yo. You know, on my channel, I talk a lot about karma, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think Oprah shit OD on opioids. Yeah, real shit, man. She need to go do something with her life, man. Because she's no good to the totality of what we putting together and what the fuck we trying to put down. Real shit. White supremacy is a team sport. Goddamn fucking right. Nubian Kimpo, really dope. Okra, just glow. Yeah. You know, where I'm from out here in Texas, we call her Ofra. You know what I'm saying? I know Tariq on that okra, but you know, we call her Ofra Wernfry. I mean, but that's what it is. Yeah. Who Graham Cracker Oprah is a Sambo under mama. God damn, y'all getting on it. Oprah is a self-serving, opportunistic bootleg. She loved herself, some white people. Wouldn't even admit when she was racially discriminated against in Switzerland. Yeah, I remember that shit. She was in that shop trying to buy something, and they was like, you black ass bitch, what the fuck you doing in here? I don't know you, bitch. I'm finna call the cops, bitch. You a black bitch. I'm finna call the police. We don't see you around here. You in Switzerland. We don't see your type around this parts in this bitch. Huh? Yeah, I remember that shit. Let me show the message, because they be hiding y'all's messages. I don't appreciate that shit. That shit take time for me to have to go in there and click the shit, but fuck it, I'll do it. Because I don't give a damn, and I don't give a fuck. Peace, shout out from the 6. I'm all for the 8. I want to see y'all win and keep winning, man. You already know what the fuck it is, man. You know the shit we on, homie. She has lived at her usefulness with these shenanigans. Ain't that the damn truth, Miss Just Glowing? They are about to ditch Oprah. Yeah. Okay, see, I don't want to get caught up in the comments. See what I'm saying? See, that's why I don't fuck with the comments, man, because I'll be over there talking to y'all, man, and going through this shit, man. I swear I got points I want to make. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I swear I put them shits on my fucking tap for y'all. But, you know, my point still sit that we can't be off code and bullshitting. We can't afford it. Not even for a little bit, because it adds nothing but what the fuck what some people are feeling, rather, not me. I'm not surprised with this Oprah shit. I'm not feeling sad about this shit. But for those that got caught off guard by this shit, you know, when we play these little games and shit with not being on code, it allows for these disappointments. And the point I was gonna make was about karma, man. Like, this is what the shit has revealed to me. You know what I mean? Like, me, I know what it is to do some shit fucked up and then have karma be met upon you. You know what I'm saying? I'm good now. I'm all good with karma now, but I'm saying, like, I know what the fuck that feel like. You understand me? And the way karma work is, karma say, and I've given this example plenty of times on my channel, I can say it for the new viewers or whatever. Like, the way karma work, karma say, oh, you like this shit right here? You think this shit is cool? Or you think this shit is funny? Or you think this shit is right? You think this shit is funny? All right. So when I visited upon you, then you'll be laughing and thinking this shit is funny. That's how karma works. It's very indiscriminate. It say, oh, you like some shit like this? Oh, you think that it's funny that Monique motherfucking ass is having trouble getting her deals and trying to pull that shit off? You thinking it's funny? And the jokes was just out of this world, talking about, oh, I'm not finna boycott Netflix. Ah, fuck that. It's a lot of that. Ah, ha, ha. Nah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. You trip, bitch. You just mad. You just mad. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, ha, ha. Well, she trying to tell you who the fuck Oprah is throughout the mix. You ain't catch it. That type of shit, right? And then now some shit like this can happen where Oprah going on Michael Jackson. She going up against Michael Jackson's legacy. Oh, Oprah, come on, Oprah, that's wrong. Nah. Because when Monique was trying to tell you who the fuck she was, y'all laughing at her. Y'all was laughing at her. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep bringing that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was laughing at her, straight up. That's how karma works. Karma say, oh, you thought it was funny. You thought it was all jokes in a laughing matter when Monique was trying to tell you something about this animal bitch named Oprah. But now that's over here and it's against somebody that everybody love. Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker is a gentle soul, man. Now it's, oh, she's so bad. Nah, motherfucker, you don't get a chance to do that because somebody already put it on your mental thing what the fuck she was about, right? Somebody already told you what it was. And so you don't get that space. Now you got to eat that, right? That's how karma works. You got to eat that. Real life. And what is to be said about that shit, right? So that's how I think about it. That's why, you know, like I said, man, we can't miss an opportunity to be on code. Because when we off our square, it gives white supremacy comfort. You know what I mean? It gives them, I want to kind of bristle up. I want to start moving chess pieces on these niggas now. I want to start moving shit around and fucking up shit that they got going on. I'm going to start moving some chess pieces on the motherfucking Jackson family over here. I'm going to start moving some chess pieces on Chris Brown over here. You know what I mean? When we be off code, then they start bristling up and thinking they tough. That's what I'll try to bring to y'all. You know what I mean? That's why I focus on, you know, white supremacy and the little Negro motherfucking underbosses. You know what I'm saying? Because they try to wear away at, you know, what's good with our community, the vitality of our community. How do they do it? They make plays on our collective low vibrating shit, the low vibrating, low self-esteem, self-hate shit as a group. You know what I mean? All that shit that Monique went through, there was no reason why she had to be lambasted about black people. Oh, I ain't been a boycott Netflix. Ah, you tripping. Ah. There was no reason she had to go through that. Motherfuckers could have just been on code. Say, yeah, fuck Netflix. We on code. We moving like this. Fuck Netflix. Fuck Oprah. Fuck anybody that ain't trying to pay a black woman the money she's supposed to get out of some shit. Or not trying to pay her to travel like they do everybody else. They're treating her like she a motherfucking fucking extra on the set or some shit. Like she ain't put in work behind the script and learn. I mean, that type of game going on, right? What the fuck that is, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what up, Lovely Darkness 1942? I see you in the mix. It's good. Nobody was for Oprah except old white. Yeah. The coon sellout game is ruthless. Yeah. They be on that bull fuck. Nubian and Kim Pope. Saying. But all for that shit that Oprah doing, what is she getting? Oprah, she getting the fucking check out of this shit. I'm gonna start calling that bitch Oprah Harvey in this bitch. Nah, we can't be having integrity. Nah, we in the white check game. God damn it. We in the check getting game. Nah, all that speaking up against bona fide white pedos like Judas Priest and Woody Allen. We can't be doing all that. Nah, hush your mouth. Nah, Negro. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of bitch we looking at. Like, bitch, what's wrong with your life? Huh? And, you know, she's on a plane to justify anything that white supremacist society throw at her. Like I said, she getting old. and she saw what they did with Cosby, and they saw what they willing. She saw what they willing to do with some of her like kind of counterparts. Cosby got about 15 years, but she saw like, oh, hold up, they took down the OG, the nigga with all the money, the nigga with all the clout, nigga all the chicken, all the collard greens, all the hog maw. You know what I'm saying? They took down the nigga, huh? Took down the nigga. And what that come out to be on her side, she like, oh, fuck, she shaking in her boots, cuz, some shit like that, right? Like, what? Who is this, man? Hold up, man. I'm through what I gotta say, man. Let me get into the chat, man. See what y'all talking about right fast. What we looking at? I agree that it's black men and women's fault. We have integrated. We are both guilty of that, but it's the Democrats' fault, not that bullshit. Yeah, man. Well, not on this channel. On this channel, it ain't the Democrats' fault, man. On this channel, it ain't the Republicans' fault. On this channel, it ain't the liberal fault. On this channel, it ain't the conservatives' fault. On this channel, it ain't the independents' fault. On this channel, we talk about black people response to everybody. So if anybody that I just named be on that bullfuck, they can die. If any of them on that bullshit, they can die. You understand? That's how it go on my channel. If you don't know. If you don't know, Zachariah Williams. You know what I mean? The big piece of chicken. Word. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm glad I turned your chat on. At first, I thought you were a white terrorist with the mask, but you're saying what all of us are thinking. Okay. Right. I dance. Funny shit. That's funny shit. Let's see what everybody else just shouting at everybody. Everybody shouting out, just glowing. Yeah. Is he white? Who is this man's? Yeah, I'm white. That's who I am. Believe that. Fuckers, man. Y'all see, man? To trim all that. White boys don't grow with a facial hair like that. This shit ain't smooth like me. They motherfuckers ain't ride like me. Don't move like me. They don't do this shit. They really don't. They're attacking black idols with coons, trying to kill the spirit. Yeah, they be on that shit. I was asking, is Zach white? Okay, not you. Oh, shit. Oh, yo. I don't know. I don't know. Yo, you gotta add the people you talking to, just glowing. I ain't even read the name. I just read the comment. But now that I know it's you, I know you don't be on no bullshit. I ain't seen you post lately, Miss Just Glowing. I ain't seen you post lately, but I think I'm still subscribed to you. I think I'm still tuned into your channel and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm one of the people that be waiting when you drop. Like, yeah, when she gonna drop? I know she gonna be reading a story or something, or reading something that I can listen to at the gym and shit. You know what I mean? Help me relax. You know what I'm saying? The gym. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been posting, but thinking about it. Yeah, you know, do what you must. Do what you able to make time for. It's all good. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Shit, what is to be said? Hey, yo. Oh, I'm just wondering when the documentary on all those girls at Oprah little school getting molested is coming out. You know, yeah, man, her school is tripping. The last little bit of info I got, there was a lady, that was accused of like sexually touching on and kissing on several girls at the school, right? But it was an accusation, like they didn't have no proof. The stories wasn't corroborating with the people that with the girls that were there that they were saying were being victimized. And so they tied her up in court with this shit. They fired the headmaster of the shit, the headmaster, the lady that's over the whole school. It's like a all girls school, so something school for girls type shit out in South Africa. And they fired the bitch at the top. And the one who they said was the one responsible for the pedo shit, she got found not guilty, got acquitted. So that was no big deal. But the one who they fired, she ended up suing Oprah and got some money out of her. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, there was also that one case where this girl got pregnant or some shit. They said she had a baby in her backpack. Yeah, she stuck a baby in her backpack, had a baby that she had in her backpack, and she had blood in her clothes and all of this shit, right? Like, I mean, real weird shit. And I don't know what they made of it. I'll have to follow that and see what happened with that instance. But a lot of, like I said, a lot of crazy shit be going on at the Oprah School for Girls. I mean, don't tell them what the fuck they got going on after that shit, man. I mean, it could be any type of crazy shit going on. I'm reading it. Chicago, Africa needs a school. Oprah is shameless. I'm black. We calling this surviving. Ofra Africa. I get it. I get it. I get it. See that. Oh, that's a book. That's a book recommended by Just Going. Let me put it in the mix because they're hiding it or whatever. So I'm gonna show it. The anger or the author of White Rage talks about how whites' anger is ignited whenever they see us succeed. Okay, that sounds like a good read. Pretty good read. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. So that's that. We jump in on this bitch probably sooner than later. Drop some current events on y'all, and I gotta do my ADOS report on certain things because I've been seeing some things from some prominent figures in the world that I don't appreciate when it comes to what the fuck they gotta say about ADOS, right? Is that. So I'm gonna get on their ass, man, because what the fuck? Why they got something to say about us, though? You know what I'm saying? We just want to get what the fuck we owe. We ain't trying to take some shit that we did not work for. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to put our hands in a bag that's not our bag. You know what I mean? But yeah. Don't forget to check out my Teespring shit jumping. You can check out waytooslay.com and all that type of shit. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. So you know when I'm dropping. Get it, y'all.